And here at home, we are all talking about how nice the weather is today.
Took a little bit, but fall weather finally arrived.
Finally, yeah. After a stretch of the last 2 weeks, we've been pretty much over 90 degrees. The Bermuda is nice and green. Now we can start to think about pumpkin spice lattes, hoodie weather, bonfire weather, and just enjoy those Friday night football games without sweating.
You're around for her pumpkin spice.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter what season that is.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, some beautiful weather heading our way for the weekend, and some nice games, nice weather for the games. If you're going up to Stillwater here this evening, you better hurry. 67 degrees pregame as we'll fall through the 60s into the 50s during the second half, 51. A little chilly, but those north winds will relax. And again, great football weather. And down to the south, Texas has baked. They're right now with DFW, their second hottest year on record. They've had a stretch of 90 to 100 degree days that started in April, and they have not fallen too many days below the 80s. They'll be stuck in the 70s tomorrow for the game. Beautiful weather for football for the big showdown there in the Dallas area. 68 degrees, a north wind at around 20, dew point of 41. That dry air is filtering in with those partly to mostly cloudy skies here this evening, but on the dry side. And talk about dry air in place. Yeah, dew points in the 40s will fall into the 30s here tonight. So that is that dry, crisp Canadian air that you will feel if you're out here this evening. Any hint of a breeze, you'll feel that chill. And tomorrow morning, it'll be downright cold for some of us because we'll be in the 30s. Already down into the 50s here, Ponca City, Woodward at 54. We're falling through the 60s here across the metro, still holding on to near 80 down by the Red River, but they'll be, again, in the 70s down in the Dallas-Fort Worth area tomorrow as those north winds still gusty, 25 to 30, but will relax. The front was captured here on Next Gen Live this early this afternoon, about 1:30. See that green line, and then look at all this green. You're saying, no, there's no precipitation falling. This is what we call bioscatter, as the radar still picks up particles in the air, and that particles are insects, birds migrating. A lot of the monarch butterflies capture the north winds this time of year as they come in from the northern states and make it all the way down to Mexico and South America. Again, the migration loves those north winds, and we really haven't seen a big front. So everything that's been up here to the north is catching a ride with those north winds, big trough of low pressure. Look at all the frost and freeze warnings out here across the plains from Kansas north. It's a killing freeze here for the overnight, as they've been very warm as well, as temperatures already down into the 40s and 50s for them. 60s to 80s. You can see where that front's pressing off towards the south, and there is some chilly weather off towards the north across Canada. That's why I was saying those north winds, cool Canadian air is making its way here across the southern plains. Briefly, area of high pressure, 30s and 40s overnight. Tomorrow, 60s and 70s. We'll get in the backside of that area of high pressure. Beautiful fall weather, low humidity, temperatures 70s and 80s, middle 80s, return to southwest Oklahoma. But again, dry air in place, a little bit of a south breeze, very comfortable. Tuesday, Wednesday, we warm up well up into the 80s, but then here's that area of low pressure and another cold front. It looks drier with this front than the last couple of days. The data will fluctuate, but nonetheless, another cool shot of air comes in late next week. 30s to 40s, middle 30s, some patchy frost in some low-lying areas, not a killing frost or freeze for anyone here across the state, as we'll make it up in the middle 60s to upper 60s here across the metro with a light north wind. Very comfortable out there tomorrow. Get outside and enjoy it. Even Sunday, upper 70s to low 80s as a south wind returns. We'll go near 80 for Monday into Tuesday, or Monday, and then middle 80s for Tuesday and Wednesday. There's that slight chance of showers and thunderstorms with a stronger front that cools us back down into the 60s. So there's some fall weather that goes up and down, and lows down into the 40s for a couple mornings. We'll be back after this.